CAEResearch looks at ways of creating systems of conservation and energy that reduce, recycle, and reuse what we consider waste products in our society today. As a society, we are facing major issues in our approach to waste, recycling, and reuse. We believe that we have created an approach that will forever change the way we look at our resources. The Sacramento Biofuels project is a regional convergence of reduce, recycle, and reuse in action. We live in a major wine region that produces hundreds of thousands of tons of waste that can be recycled into compost, biofuel, and many other usable products that will boost our economy. We need real standards and real-life data for biofuels today, especially in biodiesel. There's a lot of disinformation out there on what it is and isn't, how it affects the environment, how it doesn't affect the environment, how it affects the engines, and whether it's good for the engines, whether OEMs will support it or not. We're missing a lot, and our project is going to be tracking all that. We're going to provide real data, real life situations on several different vehicles, different years of vehicles, how that oil and how that fuel affects the engines, how it affects the environment, the emissions it puts out, so we will know what is true and what is not true. It's time to get down to the truth of what biofuels really are. The biggest key to this whole process and to what we're doing is community. That's been the whole theme about the project, about our approach into research, keeping it all local to the community. And the community is important for the viability of this project. Behind me you see some fuel prices, and I'm sure it's a shock to everybody like me. We can change this. We can actually produce biodiesel here locally and have it be less expensive. By giving that back to our local shipping companies and our commercial industries, it lowers the cost of shipping a product, lowers the price at the store, lowers the amount of what we spend for that product, and changes our local economy. It makes it more robust, and we can impact that as a community by keeping our resources local, by producing fuel locally, and selling it at a very nominal price, a very low price. We can actually change our economy and make it better right here and right now.
Well, what compost is, it's pretty simple. It's all organic material that's actually brought in and it goes through a decomposition stage. The difference between compost and humus is pretty simple. Compost is a material that is obviously in almost the end stages of decomposition, but humus is at the very end, when it takes on a consistency of almost soil. What the compost does is when it gets brought back into the soil, it brings life back into the soil. It brings beneficial microorganisms back into the soil. It improves the structure of the soil. It helps with water retention. It helps with allowing roots to get down even further because you're introducing more oxygen into the soil. The difference between hot composting and vermicomposting, on my end, the hot composting involves quite a bit of work. I have to continually monitor the temperature. I have to check the amount of moisture that's in the pile, the amount of oxygen that is also in the pile. It has to be turned a lot more often, usually twice a week. Sometimes we have to turn that pile. So I have to continually monitor that. Whereas with the worm composting, none of that has to take place.
Vermicompost is actually nutrient packed. It is the amendment that goes on top of the traditional compost. It's the elementals, the nitrogen, the phosphorus, the calcium, all of the nutrients that we would add to the soil. Conventional farming adds pesticides and herbicides and all kinds of chemicals to the soil that kill the natural bacteria and microbes in it. And when you add a vermicompost, it reinfuses that soil with those beneficial microbes so that the plants can have a healthy environment in the soil. And when you pair it with the compost, that also adds the organic matter and the food essentially for the plants and the other inhabitants in the soil. Come get involved. Come be a part of our community. Everything these days is community on the internet, and we're there too. Come visit our website. We've got lots of information on Biofuels project and other things going on with CARE. We also have information on our Facebook page. Come follow us there. You can also visit our YouTube account, and maybe there's something there you can share a video with a friend. And if it touched you, if there's something you want to share, perhaps you want to vote for this project. We need your vote, and every day we vote with our dollars, whether it's voting for Starbucks or voting for Java City. We want you to vote with your dollars on this project too. Maybe a $5, $10, $25 one-time donation. That's what we're asking for. We want you to come be a part of this. Come be part of the research project. Come out and see what we've got going on. Thanks.
Together we can change our local region today. The future is driven by those who are willing to take action. We as a community can look at our waste in a different way. We can recycle, reduce, and reuse what we throw in the landfill, convert that into a biofuel that will be sustainable for our local region, supporting our local economy and our local industries. This is our first step to breaking our dependency to petroleum and reducing our carbon footprint. Join us, get involved in the project today, and let's make a difference in our region forever.